Daf Mem Rima Amud Aleph, line 32 by the Gemara, second Gemara. Amar Abba, regarding to something that's stolen. Someone stole a barrel of wine from someone else. It was worth $100 when he stole it. Now it's worth $400 when it's for the court case. Tabra Oshnatia, if he destroyed it, like drinking it or broke it, Mishnah Marba, he pays the 400, the value when it got destroyed. It's Babmela, but if it was destroyed by accident, Mishalim Zuza, like a thunder lightning hit it, then you only pay the value of the theft at the time of the theft, which is $100. My time, why? What's the difference? Because the barrel was still there. Give it to him as is. He shot it to the kashatile. Therefore, when he drank the wine, or the kartavarle kagazlamina, that's when he broke it or drank it, that's when the theft happened. Because if he didn't use it, then he would have given it back. And therefore, you pay the current time of theft, which is when he used it. So therefore, when it's worth $400, he's paying that. Now the second part, he only pays $100 if it broke by itself. My time, since he didn't do anything wrong to it, why would he have more? He stole it when it was $100, therefore he only pays $100. So now, Mishnah says, the shomer, right? So that was theft. Now we're talking about a shomer. If he removed it, Bet Hillel said, removed the deposit, that's what he pays. So my shat what do you mean removal? Either like it meant that when it was used, when it was destroyed, my. If the price went down when he used it, would anybody agree that he has to pay for the decrease? But Mishnah says, he paid the value of the theft, which he would mean he's not talking about a case where it went down, only if it went up. If it went up, I know Bechimai, it's exactly what Bechimai says. Bechimai says that you pay the value when it was destroyed. So rather, Elapshita, Beshat Hotza'am Bit Haba'alim. It's referring to when he stole it, time when you took it out of the house. No matter what time when you used it, not the time that it was stolen. So now the problem is Rabbah had said, and that's a beraita regarding the theft. He sounds like he's agreeing with Bet which is a problem. Rabbah will agree that if the price goes up, you pay the value when you use it. That sounds like Bet and we know that we're not possible with Bet So how does that work? I would say no. Talking about a case where the value went up. Everybody would agree that you pay the higher amount. Keep pligi. When do they disagree? When the price went down. Betchmai says using an item doesn't make a difference if there's a loss to it, like we said yesterday. Therefore, once he took it, even before he caused the loss, he stole it. The haser, therefore, when it decreased, it decreased while it belonged to him, and therefore nothing happened to the owner. Says no. Using an item has to have a loss in order to be considered stolen. Therefore, when it lost, it decreased while the owner still owned it, and therefore you pay for what happened when it was destroyed. But we know Rava holds from yesterday that shlichut yad, using an item, doesn't make a difference regarding loss. That would agree Bet Shemai, but that Rava can't agree Bet Shemai. Nobody can agree with Bet Shemai. Bet Shemai, we're not possible like him. Reevaluate everything. You use it as a step stool to pick up birds from the nest. Whether or not you're allowed to borrow from an item without permission. Beshmai says, if you use something, if you borrow something without permission, you're considered a thief. And therefore, if you borrow the item, to stole it. Therefore, the decrease in value, it went down in your own possession. Therefore, you pay the value when he borrowed it. Says no. If you borrow without permission, you're still considered a borrower. Therefore, it decreased. Therefore, it goes down in the owner's possession, and therefore you only pay the value of that when it was destroyed. But the problem is that if you borrow something, you're considered a theft according to Chachamim. Again, Rabbi would agree with Shemai. That doesn't make sense. Same problem. So again, new answer. Whether or not there was an improvement to the item. Not that it went up and down, but rather it improved. For what? If you stole an item and it got better, it belongs to the owner. Bet Hillel already know. Shevach Gizla the Gazan belongs to the thief. Ubeplut the Hani tonight. The same machloket over here. The Tanya of Brayta, we said this earlier. Hagazar Achel someone stole a sheep. Gizza if he sheared it to be Ada or gave birth, Mishlim Otab at Gizutab at Yoteha. He returns the sheep, the fleece, and the baby. David Amir to the mayor. Rita says no. Gizla he gives the sheep back as is, and he keeps the fleece and the child. So Bet Shammai says in our Mishnah that you suffer the loss, whether it was an increase or decrease. That's Reb Meir. It means you give back everything. Bet Hillel says you return the deposit, means that you return the actual item, but you keep the extras. The economic also proved from our Mishnah. The time Mishnah specifically said, Bet Shammai Omrim, Yilkeh behaser ubiyater. Bet Shammai said that you return, the guy loses the decrease or increase. Bet Hillel Omrim b'shat hotzah, the removal. Doesn't say the price went up, it means anything increased, which sounds like shearings or baby, and therefore it's a good proof. Shema mina. Rabbi Akiva says, b'shat hatviyah, you pay the value at the time of the claim, yani bedin. Marv de Amar Shmuel halachak Rabbi Akiva, halachas according to Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva would agree where there's witnesses that saw the guy using the item, then you pay the value when it was used. My time, why? Pasuk says, you shall pay to whom it belonged in the day of when he was guilty. Once he had edim, even though it was before the court case, that's when he's chayav. One second, Rabbi American, you agree with that? You said Rabbi Akiva disagreed with Chachamim. I feel makom shedim even when there's edim. My time, why? Because the pasuk says la'asher hu lo itanenu b'yamashmato. You shall belong whoever you should belong the day of the guilt. Ubedino who did come la'ashma. Only bedin can make him guilty. So we're not sure what Rabbi Yochanan held. Rabbi Akiva held whether or not that was considered a dimar enough to be or is a dim enough to make you chayav or not? Go to the mountain of Tzor and go visit Rabbi Yaakov Bar Idi. And ask him, if you heard about Rabbi Chanan, whether or not the according to him. He said, Halacha always like Rabbi Akiva. That's what he heard. So the Gemara says, always. Don't think the only place like Rabbi Akiva when there's no edim. But we wouldn't agree rather in the case even edim. Therefore, we said always to include even as edim you're like Rabbi Akiva. We agree that in the case to teach that even if the shomer put it back in its place after using it and it broke afterward, and that excludes Rabbi Ishmael, because Rabbi Ishmael holds because he holds that you don't have to, when you're returning something to the owner that you stole, you don't have to let him know. Hakamashman, therefore Rabbi teaches us that we hold like Rabbi Akiva, that when you're returning it, you have to let him know, and therefore you'll be chayav if anything happens to it. But Rabbi says, that if the shomer uses something, you pay what it's worth when you took it away. No Mishnah. Someone wanted to take something. He said, I'm going to use the item. Someone says, oh, do you have a wine bottle? He said, oh, yeah, actually, I'm watching one. But you know what? I'll use it. No problem. Bitchman says, Hayav right there and then if something happens. But Chayav actually is only Chayav only if he actually uses it. The Pasuk says, if he didn't put his hand on it, which sounds like only if you actually used it and not just wanted to. Hittai say you tilted the barrel toward yourself to pour. The time in a revit, you took a cup from it, then it broke. And you only have on the revit of wine. So you pick up the whole barrel up, which you were cornet basically, and then you take the revit, finish then it broke. You pay everything because you were cornet everything. How we know this and every matter of negligence. Therefore, we learn from here that you're a shomer's chayav for intention, just like he did it as if he already did. You're not chayav until you actually use it. What do you learn with that pasuk? Every matter sounds like even intent. He says no. Pasuk already said only if you actually used it. So what I do with that pasuk? Teach you shiachol. You might think I would only think maybe only he's chayav if he did it. I know that if he sends someone to do it for him, he'd be chayav still. I'll call the pesha. It's usually even you're chayav even if you're a shliach did it, which usually and shliach over here there is. Next part said if he tilted the wine, you're chayav, depending on sorry, you're chayav for the revi'it. Maraba, Loshan the only time you're chayav is if the whole cake broke. But if it turns sour, Mishlemet Kula you're chayav for everything, not just the revi'it. My ta'ama, why? His arrows caused it. The fact that you used the barrel, you opened it and took out a revi'it, it caused the rest to spoil. You picked up the whole thing, you're chayav. Mar Shmuel doesn't mean when he took it, he took the whole thing, the revi'it. Rather, even if he lifted it to take it, even if he didn't pour yet, you're chayav. Maybe Shmuel would agree. It's like sounds like it. Using the item, you're only chayav even you're even chayav even if you didn't use it yet. Even if you didn't put a loss, because you see over here, he picked it up, didn't pour himself, and he still chayav everything. Where it says no, not necessarily. Shani Hachab over here is different. The Shemer wants the entire keg of wine to be a holder for the revi'it of wine. Meaning, since he wants all 20 gallons for his cup of wine that he's pouring, which makes the cup better, therefore he's chayav on everything, even though he only took the revi'it. Is a question, and that's the case. If someone picked up a purse that had money inside that he was watching, they told him in a dinar, he wanted to take a coin from it. What's the halacha? So what's the problem? Regarding to wine, we said that the full keg is not secure. The cup of wine is not secure except in the full keg. But regarding to a coin, it is secure by itself. If one coin falls out, it's watched by itself. The barrel needs to be together. Maybe by the barrel you have, but a coin not. Or maybe not. A purse is different. Because a purse security is much more secure than a single coin security. And since the purse is more secure, maybe if you pick up the whole purse, you'd be chayav on the whole purse and not just in the single coin, even though you only took a single coin. That's the two questions. Do we compare it to the case of the revi'it from the barrel or not? Maybe you'd be patur, and the Gemara says teku. We're not sure. We'll wait for the Avi. Let's stop here.